This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 32.
Oh.
Play button! Welcome back to Co-op Chronicles. This is episode 32. I am PintsizedGeisha, and like always, I have Blacklabel.
Hello.
And Azzilee.
Hello.
And today is...
Azzilee wanted to do conspiracy theories.
Yes.
Conspiracy theories.
I thought it'd be fun if we could all each come up with a conspiracy theory and then like talk about it to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Spooky
Who would
stuff.
like to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
So mine is on the Denver airport conspiracy. Hidden bunkers and Blucifer. Have you heard of
Blucifer?
I brought this up. Let me pull it. I should have put up like some pictures.
I know. It's like I should make a PowerPoint.
Yeah. So Blucifer is like I forgot how big he is. He's huge. He's a huge horse.
Oh, he's a horse.
Yeah, he has like red eyes, glowing red eyes. Like it's huge.
Oh, it's a
statue.
statue.
It's like a 30-foot blue horse with red eyes. Okay. Anyways, so I want to talk about it because it's rumored also to be a Illuminati headquarters, complete with underground bunkers and creepy art. Oh yeah, you guys have computers. You guys can pull this stuff up. So, they also have it has like bizarre things like Blucifer, the giant horse with glowing red eyes. They have like apocalypse type theme arts.
Do you need the Wi-Fi password?
No, go ahead.
Okay, and then they also have suspicious underground tunnels. So the DIA, the Denver International Airport, opened in 1995, going about $2 billion over its budget and 16 months behind schedule. So people are like, why did it take so long for it to open, especially when they put so much money over it? Like, where did this money go? Like, where did it all go if it's going to take this long?
Right.
Have you guys ever heard of the Denver airport? Or
No, I've
I have never heard about that. But yeah.
No?
No.
You-
I haven't had coffee this morning.
So you've never heard of it, though? So what's your initial reaction when you hear about, I guess, an airport rumored to be the Illuminati headquarters, also creepy themed apocalypse type art, a blue 30-foot statue of a horse with red eyes?
Why would they choose an airport?
Did you get into it?
Oh no.
Here, I'll text it to you.
I got it.
Yeah. Why would they choose an airport to be their like home base?
You got like a new computer.
It's pretty nice. I was looking at it. I was like, oh my God.
It's for school.
Nice.
Mostly.
What kind of graphics card you got up in that?
Enough
the
to play.
40, 60.
Oh
40,
my
40,
God,
60.
that's like better than mine. No, it's better than yours though.
It's like, yeah, it's better than mine, but not quite as good
think
as
I typed it
labels.
Oh.
See, I told you.
Too complicated.
Yeah. So my first initial thought is I'm never going to that airport because what if you're like just minding your business, walking down the airport, and you get snatched
That's true.
by the Illuminati and taken downstairs in their bunker?
Why did they build the horse? What's the horse?
Yeah. What's the horse
for?
signify?
don't know.
Blucifer.
I don't know. I don't know why they built it, but it's
Blucifer.
interesting. Like I don't know, but it is massive. Look at it.
Yeah, I see it.
It's crazy
so
looking.
I kind of want another cat, and we're gonna call him Blucifer.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't understand why they would make a 30-foot blue horse, but
It's their symbol.
yeah. They also have like strange artwork, as I mentioned before. And
I wonder if a horse is significant in the Illuminati like symbol.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm not
Like
aware
maybe-
of
hold
this. Okay, go.
Is
She said I gotta find it.
I'm just making sure everything's sorry.
well, what should I ask?
Nothing. I don't know. But let me continue my story before you go crazy over there. So, anyways, the show has like bizarre visuals. As I mentioned, Lucifer is a 30-foot tall, bright blue with red eyes, like glowing red eyes. The artist died in an accident involving the statue, which adds more
he died?
mysterious, dark mystery to the reputation. Yeah.
He died or they killed him.
Or did somebody run over
It
him?
said the artist died in an accident.
Oh, the artist. I thought you meant the horse itself.
No. The artist died in an accident involving the statue.
Gotcha.
So that adds more, like, reputation to its dark history or dark reputation to its history, whatever.
So, I Googled it.
Okay.
I Googled, does horses play a significant role in the Illuminati? And it says that it symbols power, control, and apocalyptic imagery. Lucifer at Denver International Airport symbolizes death, chaos, or occult practices.
Ooh.
The theory claims that the airport is
This is
Illuminati
my
just saying.
this is my conspiracy.
Well, I guess if you think about it, right? The four horsemen of death, the apocalypse. What if it's like...
Yeah.
What if there's like 3 other horses somewhere?
Okay. Please let me continue my conspiracy. If you
This
saw,
is why I can't do conspiracy
if you
theories.
saw if you saw a giant demon-eyed horse guarding an airport, or like if you have you guys ever been to the Denver airport?
No.
So if you seen this in person, and you're like, what would you think? What's like the first thing? If I saw a giant horse, I'd be like, what the fuck is? Why do they have this statue? That's crazy. 32-foot giant horse on the airport.
Excuse me.
I don't
What if
like
they
that.
run into the air? What if their plane just?
It's too foggy and like all the communications are out.
They just see the red eyes. Like, oh, we're going down.
It
Yeah.
probably has those red eyes, so it like deters the pilots. Like, hey, don't come this way.
Yeah. Sorry. So there's also murals by Leo Taguma or whatever. The children of the world dream of peace and in peace and harmony with nature. If you guys want to pull that up, if you don't, it's okay. But it's an apocalyptic scene featuring a masked soldier dying children and then there's a transition to global unity. So some of the conspiracy angles, some see it as evidence of a new world order plan to wipe out humanity, then to usher in peace. I don't understand how you can get that when you look at this image, because I looked at it and I'm like, it just looks like some kids looking down on a person with a rainbow or something like that. So when I looked at it, I was like, I don't see what they're saying.
What's it called again?
It's called Children of the World Dream of Peace and in Peace and Harmony with Nature. So Children of the World Dream of Peace. No, it's not that one. It was the one next to it. Oh, yeah.
This one?
Like the one with the rainbow.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's all like the same thing, but I don't see where they get the whole...
Maybe because the
New
bottom
world.
looks like a person.
I mean, yeah.
It's a dead soldier.
It's a dead soldier.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't
That's
understand.
kind of... Why would they put a dead soldier on the bottom?
It's very creepy.
Yeah, but I don't understand where they get that weird angle. A New World Order, NWO to wipe out humanity
Yeah, I
and
don't
usher in
see
peace.
that either. But whatever.
I feel like people are smarter than me, so they must see something
I love
else.
the kids are carrying swords in their flags.
Yeah, it's just an interesting thing. So, do you guys think people are overreading what the artist's creative vision is, or do you think this is suspicious when you look at it?
I think it definitely seems like a message.
I feel like all art
think
has a
it's
message,
creepy.
though.
Yeah.
I think it's creepy because the dead soldier on the bottom. Like, take out the dead soldier, rest in peace, whatever. And then I think it would be a little bit better. But it does give me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
I kind of dig it because it's kind of like everyone's coming together. But it's also very weird that this kid is like hammering this piece of the sword. Is it to like symbolize like no more war?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, obviously, right? 'Cause peace.
So there's also a Freemason, like the Freemasons, how that's always mentioned with like Illuminati or New World Orders.
Yeah.
So there's a Freemason plaque, and there's also a time capsule. So it's like, are these dedicated symbols to something? Like, why would there be a time capsule?
Well, probably because Freemasons already is like conspiracy because it's like generational, right? So
Yeah.
if you're outside of the community, you can't get in. It's already like a weird conspiracy.
What are you doing over there? You are making so much racket over there. I don't know what's going on.
Sorry.
I'm like over here trying to talk and just.
I need a mute button on my mic. I was looking for my thing.
For what?
My thing.
You don't need them right now.
But what if I wanted them?
We're doing a podcast right now. Please stop over there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And then,
isn't the Freemasons go back
it's
through the Civil War?
It's a
long history.
Yeah, they said what's his name? Thomas Benjamin Franklin, and then all these other people were part of it. Yeah, and then they say like there's a dedication marker with how do you say it? Misogynistic or Masonic?
Oh, misogynistic?
Yeah, symbol mentioning the New World Order, the New World Airport Commission. There's conspiracies linking it to the New World. Do you think this airport is just like a big troll central area, or do you think it's like just a coincidence? But I don't think all this stuff can be a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence.
You just said you think it is a coincidence.
I said nothing is a coincidence.
Oh, I mean,
nothing is a coincidence.
You're a little overreactive this morning. I don't know what's going on with you right now.
She hasn't had her coffee yet.
I haven't had my coffee.
You're still making so much noise over there.
I'm putting it away so I can stop making noise.
I just think it's weird that they chose to build a horse out of everything that you could build. It was a weird big blue horse.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's a whole thing. Yeah, so it's very weird.
I think it would be weirder. What if like 3 other airports had big ass horses too?
Okay,
that would be I don't think there is, but I'm just saying, like, what if 3 other airports across the United States?
Your whole 4 horsemen thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like, Lucifer, right? Lucifer, death, the horseman of death. See, this is why I can't do
If that ever
Illuminati.
happens, then we have to, like, do trilateration and, like, pinpoint the spot in the middle of all 4
Exactly.
horses.
What if it made a star? What if it was one? Oh, no, there's 5.
It's not enough.
So there's also underground tunnels and bunkers, hidden bunkers beneath this place. So it's rumored that this is like the Illuminati's way to transport or some shit. So the airport is supposedly riddled with underground layers that can house thousands of people. Some think these are connected to other deep bases or store equipment for global elite takeover. Officials say there's like large defunct baggage systems and maintenance tunnels that have never worked as intended. So supposedly that's what that is. They had like the overly ambitious design, which is probably why it took 16 extra months. But I mean, again, it was like $2 billion. So they're just trying to blame it on. It was like an overly ambitious design during the construction led to partial demolitions and buried sections. So, I mean, it's a lot of coincidences. Yeah, coincidences happening. I mean, $2 billion, 16 months over, hidden tunnels, bunkers, weird things. Do you guys think that if you need a secret bunker, would you build one under the busiest airport? Because I guess it's a busy airport. And also, do you buy the whole failed baggage system area explanation too?
What if the bunker underneath...
Hold on. Okay. Why did you pull out another box that's going to make more noise? Can you just put them down while we're doing the podcast? Because you could do this afterwards. I just see more boxes on your desk over there. You're like, I'm stopping. And then I look over there. There's more boxes over there. What are you doing?
I don't know. But my mind is like clean right now because my desk is a mess. But I was going to say, but I'm engaging. Okay, I'm engaging. What if the underground bunker is underneath the airport? Because like you said, it is a busy airport, right? What if like it's one of those, I can't remember I think it was American Horror Story Apocalypse, where you had like the elite could buy a room in the bunker, you know? What if it's like a doomsday bunker?
Kind of like a Fallout thing?
Yeah, what if it's like a doomsday bunker and it's at an airport, so like you just land and you're like, woo, 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 go downstairs and here's your bunker.
And the horse represents the apocalypse.
And the horse represents the apocalypse. And what if the eyeballs change to a different color and it's like a signal and it's like, it's all over the news, like Lucifer, the blue horse at the Denver airport, eyes colored to black instead of red. Nobody knows why. And that's the signal for everybody like, shit, we gotta go now.
I mean, you're one of the conspiracy theorists.
This is why, like, my mind will just go wild.
What do you think? As you think, would you really need to build if you were doing this, would you build it under the busiest airport?
Honestly, yes, but also, what if this is just a distraction and there's bunkers under like other major, like LAX? What if there's a bunker under that one?
I wonder if there is, yeah.
Or like
'Cause
literally any airport. What if there's just bunkers under?
I wonder if
them?
there is under Seattle, because in Seattle, the LA or not LAX, but the SeaTac, they're doing all the construction.
Yeah,
and I've been seeing things that I've never seen there before, and I'm like, what the heck?
They've been at it for a while.
Like
For,
a couple years. Yeah.
For like years, that airport has been.
And it seems like it's not getting, I don't know.
Yeah, it just. I'm not saying. I'm not. It possibly could be under a lot of airports. This one is just like the main one that they want us to focus on, right? So what if their idea is to build this big horse, and they're like, all right, this is going to give them a distraction.
Exactly.
And then there's just other things happening.
Yeah. So there's also a budget, the budget and the schedule issue. So it was originally estimated, as I said, $2 billion. The final cost for this airport was $4.8 billion. And it was 16 months late opening. So, again, please put that down. Please put it down. Again, like, where's the missing money going?
They're not like auditing these invoices.
That was a poor
have?
project manager right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The official reasons is, again, poor project management, technical issues with baggage, automation, repeated design flaws and changes, labor disputes and poor planning are common in mega construction. So they say that could have been a factor. But do you think, with a plan that big, now this isn't one of the questions, but in my head, like if you have a plan that big and it's that cost, there shouldn't be any oversteps or issues, in my opinion. Like that's a big project and that's a lot of money, so you should not have issues where it's like another you double the cost of it opening, basically.
Yeah, someone definitely.
Yeah.
Pooch.
This is where the government comes into play, because it's like the government's gonna audit everybody's like IRSs, but they're not gonna audit this. Like that's hecka weird.
Yeah. So is it every cost overrun with proof of hidden agendas or just typical government contract mismanagements? Like I think, this is one of those projects where you look into it and you're like, where did all this money going or when? Like it's the state's money, right? Because they're building the airport. It's for the state. So, so how do you not audit this? Like, where's your money going? I don't understand. But yeah. And
did you see the other mural?
Which one?
Look at this one. There's like this freaky mural at Denver Airport.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
There's a soldier with a gun and a knife, and all these kids are crying.
Yeah,
it's just what the hell?
It's just weird.
It shows
that
the oppression
it
of
shows
war.
It's definitely something going on.
So here are some critiques and debunking for like the humorous and the Denver airport's like humorous response to everything. So the common sense obviously would be like the cultured records, Freemasonry is widespread, not always a secret. So like if somebody like mentions it, it's probably not like a big deal because everybody's talked about it. God, the New World Airport Commission was real, mundane group of local business leaders, no known global takeover. Overhead runway layout claimed that it claimed to be like a swastika layout, like the way it looks.
I just found it. I was like, oh my God, look at it.
Yeah, so they claimed it was like a swastika like thing. Like if you look, like the
from
pictures,
an aerial view,
it
looks like
it looks like a swastika. So it's very.
It does.
But they say it's supposed to be like a practical wind design for coverage, for wind coverage.
If it looked like a star, I'd be more like, oh my God.
Denver Airport, they put up jokes or signs about joking. They joke about like lizard people and secret societies during renovation. This might be like a PR tactic to cover everything, to diffuse the rumors, but maybe they're really hiding some shit so nobody gets onto them. But if the airport, or do you think the airport's playful approach to these rumors fan the conspiracy flames or help debunk them?
See, look, the Denver airport is literally like almost in the middle of the country, and from every state it flies in.
It's a hub.
It is. But what do you guys think? Do you think them making jokes makes it bigger or makes it like jokingly go away?
I like that they're joking about it. It's kind of like playful, but at the same time, I'm suspicious. Like, don't try to joke with me. I know what you're up to.
Mm-hmm.
kind of situation.
Yeah, it's like a distraction.
Yep.
It's like, oh, we're going to joke about it. So you're going to think you're crazy and you're going to spiral into it. But then you're at the end of the day, people are going to be like, yeah, you're just crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, I just want to cover the Denver airport conspiracy. So it's a huge public space, bizarre art, crazy budget, overrun, secret looking tunnels underneath that they say are just failed projects. Obviously, we like knowing what's beneath the surface. Like if there's something going on, we want to know, just people in general. There's crazy, a 32-foot horse, undone baggage system to fuel speculation, obviously. The whole Illuminati, New World Order claims. Would you guys want to go here?
No.
Or yeah, I don't think I would want to go here.
I don't
think you might
ever
end
want to
up
go
missing.
there. You're right.
I've been to Denver, Colorado once. I don't think I flew to Denver, that airport, though.
Mm-hmm.
Denver Airport, which is why I'm like, I've never heard of this horse, but I've been to Colorado.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's definitely because I was never at that airport.
Yeah, I mean, where else to hide a hidden tunnel but beneath a Starbucks in an airport?
Well, it's
Yeah.
like hidden in plain sight.
Exactly. That's all I have. That's all I have for the Denver airport
That's
conspiracy.
suspicious.
If anybody has more information on the Denver airport,
If you-
that would be great.
Yeah.
if
Right?
you could share.
Yeah.
Link us to something. 'Cause,
Yeah.
That's actually
Let
kind
us
of
know.
creepy.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That's my whole conspiracy thing. What about you?
I'm so excited. I love this because after this was brought up to me by a family friend, I was just like, this makes so much sense. All right, I want to preface this by first saying that I am not a very religious person, but I believe that all religions are respectable. But are
Does this have
aliens,
anything-
are
are aliens,
aliens
okay.
demons?
Okay.
Okay.
As this I can do. If we were gonna go down the path of like the Pope and the Vatican, I might have
Oh,
to be
no.
like, no, we kind of need to stop
No.
there because I can't do that.
No, it's are aliens demons?
Okay.
Well, you wouldn't be doing it in the first place. She's doing it.
I know, but I'm saying like
She
this
doesn't
is
want that
gonna
in her
clash between
household.
my beliefs and my
Yeah.
religion.
Oh.
If it was like about the Pope and the Vatican and all their secrets and stuff, like I know, but I don't want to know.
Okay.
Okay, shh. Ignorance is bliss. But yes, aliens, go for
Go
it.
for it.
Yeah, aliens
Yes.
are demons, or are they? So, right, okay, so to start this off, so aliens, right, have been recounted in many people's stories over the years, like UFO sightings, close encounters of the first, second, and third kind, right? They even made like a movie of like the fourth kind. But so aliens, this is where I get this idea from, is aliens are supposedly so far more advanced than humans, right? Like they can do interstellar travel, which is an issue, which I will point on later. Their technology can like lift people out of like or off of Earth into their spaceships. Very odd. But they seem to have a flaw in their technology in where they cannot erase humans' memories. But that's like, why, you know? Like, is this on purpose? Which I do think is the case. Because why would their technology be advanced to travel through space, but not enough to alter the human's mind, right?
What if the human mind is too advanced?
The brain is really crazy.
But I mean, obviously, if you could travel through time, that's crazy.
But
too.
Yeah.
so aliens can interact to humans through like telepathy, right?
Okay.
So like that's how usually when people write about their experiences with aliens or talk about it, everything we know about aliens is through people who've had that done to them. So like that's the only way we can communicate. I just think it's odd.
That's very interesting.
And then this leads to me going into why their ships crash. Why is their technology not preventing them from crashing into Earth? It's so bizarre.
Maybe like the grab, because we have like
The gravitational pull?
You're telling me the gravitational pull of any other planet in our solar system is not strong like that? Which is
Maybe.
not
Or maybe
true.
maybe it happens on other planets, but we don't know because
It's
we're
just crazy that you can perfect interstellar travel, but you can't perfect not crashing into a planet with a gravitational pull. Absurd.
absurd.
Oh, look. Okay.
Absolutely not gonna happen.
I
Not
was
gonna
just
happen.
say. I watched Transformers the other day and they crashed.
Oh, you're talking
Their
about
civilization
the
was not
movie?
advanced.
The robots?
While their technology was advanced, they're
not as advanced.
They even say in the movie that their world is primitive in terms of other other places. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is today?
Sunday.
Okay.
All right, and people. So this is where aliens are demons, right? So aliens are pulling people's attention, and it's kind of making people create like a false idol in aliens by like becoming obsessed with them, dedicating all your time into thinking about aliens. And this is where people are having like, God should be your like faith. You should find solace in him, right? But when your attention is pulled away and it's like all of your time and energy is being spent into finding aliens, like hunting them down and all this stuff, like it's kind of making you not have as much faith in your religion as you should, right?
Mm-hmm. I see where you're going.
What is the goal of demons? It's to take your faith and crumple it so that they can essentially possess you and control you. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, aliens have telepathy, like mind control, pulling your faith away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I see where you're going with this. Wait, who came up with this conspiracy to you? Because I've never heard this before. So is this like a known thing going around, or?
Yeah, no, it's like an actual thing that people believe in.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
I also have you heard? Sorry to interject.
No, go for it.
But have you also heard that some people believe that the image of God himself was implanted through aliens as well? Like aliens visited Earth and they came up with God and implanted that belief and that imagery into like our brains, our subconscious brains, so that way they could in turn control humanity. Have you heard that one?
I have not heard that one.
So it kind of plays off of yours.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But that's also... Okay, I can get into that in a second. Hold on. I got a lot of spin-offs on this. And this is mostly me giving you facts, not really asking you questions. I'm trying to convince you that aliens are demons.
I'm not trying to interrupt you again, but did you guys hear about the what the CIA said about Mars? That there's life on Mars and that giants built pyramids. Did you guys hear about that?
Oh yeah, they said the same thing.
The Mars one.
Yeah, like the aliens built the pyramids too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'll talk about the government in a second too. Don't worry, I got you guys.
Okay.
All right. So, in the Bible, in Ephesians 6, it says, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in this heavenly place." So it kind of tells me like the Bible kind of alludes to false gods and like creatures and things that will like make you turn your back on God. Again, I'm not a religious person. I just find this very fascinating. And it's bizarre, right? That aliens would play on these things that are spoken of in the Bible. How would aliens know that, right? Unless they're like, let's study everything about humans, which would be really weird because all you do is probe us and leave us with nightmares and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Unless this leads back to like your point where they did project this image of God into people and he's not real. Who's to say?
Who's to say?
This is a good one.
I love aliens. It's fascinating.
If an alien was like, Azzilee, let me abduct you, you love him that much to go with him?
I would absolutely say no. But I just find the concept of aliens being demons is fascinating.
Literally not today's Zerg.
So when people describe their encounters, there's different levels of encounters, right? Like I explained, it's first close encounter, second close encounter, and third close encounter. These are like, first encounter would be like seeing a UFO. Second encounter would be like them kind of like communicating to you. You seeing them and communicating, and then third is kind of like you being abducted and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. So then all of these accounts, not one of them is ever like, oh yeah, I had a great experience with aliens. It was such a fun time. No, every encounter that has been recorded has been a detriment, like to their lives, like personally, like it's left them with nightmares, and they like can't function properly because they're like so scared. And I think that it's because nothing good is coming from them. Like, it's a demon taking you and having you experience this terrible time in probably hell. We don't know. That's my point on that. So, have you guys ever heard of the Urantia book?
No.
Urantia?
No. Never.
So this book was written presumably between 1924 and 1955, and in it recounts, or it's claimed to be written by celestial beings. But a third of its contents, if you read it, all deny the existence of Jesus Christ. Isn't that weird? If it was created by a celestial being, why would it deny, like, the one person that it should be, like, hailing? Isn't that weird?
That is very interesting. Yeah.
And it's also been said that when people have encounters with aliens, they speak highly of other religions except for Christianity. Like, to them, Christianity is like the one terrible religion for some reason. Which, demons, hello. Because people have explained that when they have these encounters with these aliens, that the whole time it's like a terrible time for them. And in their minds, they're always like praying to God, praying to Jesus, and like asking like to be saved. And the aliens back off. Like, whatever bad is happening to them immediately stops when they start praying.
That's interesting. I never really thought about that. Never thought about that.
Demons. So, Dr. Hugh Ross, who's an astrophysicist, so he's legit. All right, he's not some crazy. Sorry.
But aren't all? It seems like all scientists are crazy. Sorry.
Yeah, but they're credible.
I guess they're credible, but that doesn't mean they're not crazy.
Especially if they have like experience in something that can be explained, like astrophysics is like an explained thing that is to help studying the world. I think it's not something that's like absurd, right? I'm not saying like zoology isn't a great thing to be a doctorate in, but would you believe someone who was like, well, actually, that would be pretty good, because they could be like, well, aliens technically can't be a real thing because of this biology reason.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So Dr. Hugh Ross, he talks about statistically in states that have higher involvement in the occult report more encounters with aliens. For example, Alaska and Hawaii, right? So this kind of just shows that like people who dabble in the dark and the mysterious tend to have more experiences with aliens because they're crossing a line and going to like the dark side.
Wait, so that's why Alaska has all these things?
Possibly.
What is that one movie? It's like based in Alaska, and the lady's like being like, I don't know. It was like aliens, but her like jaw was opening all crazy. Like, what is it called? Is it called The Fourth Encounter? Oh,
Encounter of the Fourth Kind. But that, I don't think that was in Alaska.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna look it up while you continue.
But
it was called The Fourth Kind.
Oh, The Fourth Kind.
Yeah, that one's crazy.
So yeah, it's when you're, like I said, so like states that are who have people who are less than like religious in the terms of like praising God, like not praising God, but like finding their faith with Him. This is when they're most vulnerable, right? Because you're not letting Him guide you. You're finding solace in like something else, and that's when demons take advantage of you. And so aliens, right, they come in and they do their whole encounter thing because you don't have faith in the one thing that could probably protect you. Which I think is weird because since like Jesus is like from Jerusalem, wouldn't that mean like those kind of religions would be good against aliens as well?
I don't know. You're speaking a whole lot of crazy right now to me. Like, it just sounds like, I don't know. It sounds crazy.
I know. It's absurd, but it's also plausible. So this is where I was talking about. So You can look this guy up. He's real. Joseph G. Jordan. He's a renowned UFO and alien researcher turned Christian.
Christian.
Of course. Because that's his protection.
It is, yeah. That's how he's been in the. He's been in this role for like 23 years or something like that. So he talks about. So he does interviews with people who have had encounters, and they talk about. Sorry. I had a brain fart. He also talks about how when people are going through this terrible encounter with these aliens, when they like cry out and pray, their encounter immediately stops. And he found that in all the encounters, like none of them are good. People have reported nightmares. They've reported sleep paralysis afterwards. Because they're terrified of it happening again. Mm-hmm. It's never a good thing.
That's kind of crazy.
And again, this points to the whole aliens or demons thing, because what demons can have like mind control. They can possess people. It's essentially what aliens are doing technically when they're abducting you, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I've never been abducted by an alien.
Exactly.
I did have a metal plate in my knee, and it was gone the next day.
Maybe not the next day. We have no proof of that.
Yeah, we have no proof of that, but yeah.
Yeah, but Damon Label is not very religious either.
Good thing he has you then.
Yeah. Makes sense to me, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. And it's weird that you said that, like, aliens put the image of God into our brains. Because, like, if they did that, then why is it that...
Yeah, why can't they erase our memories then?
Yeah, why can't they... Well, yeah, if they can implant an idea, why can't they take an idea away? And also, it goes back to, like, when people pray to God, why do aliens stop? Unless it's to keep giving us this false idea that he does do something for us. And then later down the road, in like 100 years or so, they're going to be like, yeah, it was all a joke. And then they're just going to destroy us all.
Oh, my God.
I don't
like that idea.
Yeah, in my defense, I don't know if I said that correctly or not. But I do know that there is like a conspiracy that aliens came up with the image of God and passed it on to a human in some way, shape, or form. And then that was like a telephone, right? It just kind of continued. And I know that there's one saying that aliens built the pyramids.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Could be true. Could also be true. These are all speculations. We don't have solid proof. Mm-hmm. This is where the government comes into play. So you know how recently the U.S. government was like, oh yeah, UFOs are real. Aliens are real. Mm-hmm. Right? So David Grush, a U.S. Air Force officer / internal whatever officer who has like high security clearance, he claimed at first that the U.S. had bodies of UFO beings, but then later changed his answer to saying, oh no, we don't have the bodies, we have biologic tissue, which is very different from bodies. Yeah. And also, his claims make no sense, right? So if they're saying that there's been crash sites for alien spacecrafts, and they're in hangars all over the world, blah, 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 there is no way that for 6 decades they can keep this quiet. Nixon could keep his tape quiet for 11 days. 6 decades?
What if they just... No. Once you get too close, they're just like, ugh.
Well, why won't families be like, oh, that's suspicious that somebody died?
Cold cases. Cold cases.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of fishy, because like that's such a big cover up for such a long period of time that I don't think humans have the capability of doing.
Yeah.
No offense. Also, there's no tangible proof of these UFO spacecrafts. Like, you know, in museums, there's like fossils of dinosaurs, or there's, you know, solid proof that these things exist. There's no proof that there has ever been a spacecraft. Whether they're trying to keep it like hush hush to the extent to like make us think we're crazy and then say we're not crazy, it's not believable because they're not giving us proof. Which again, they wouldn't have proof because demons don't use spacecrafts.
You sound like a crazy person right now.
You do sound a little out there, but you know what? It's good. I like it. It's making sense.
And for my last point, which goes back to the interstellar travel is impossible with spacecrafts Because when you're going through space, your ship is going to be hit by so many particles, whether they're like seen by the human eye or not. Your spacecraft has to be the size of like the Death Star to survive space travel, especially interstellar space travel.
Because it's going to be hitting things.
Yeah, and also it's getting hit by like protons, neutrons, like things that are going to like disassemble your ship if it's not a large size. Because the smaller the ship, right? So the U.S. government has talked about sending little tiny like 10-centimeter ships through space to do interstellar travel, because they're like, half of them won't make it, half of them will kind of make it, but they're 10 centimeters. So you're telling me a spacecraft that could fit multiple like aliens can travel through space? No, absolutely
Could you imagine
not.
how much one of those little things would cost?
Yeah, that's not happening. So this is where I'm just like, there's no way we have actual concrete spacecrafts, because it's not possible. And then it leads back to the whole, if their technology is so advanced, why can't you erase our memories? Just saying.
Oh, interesting case there. Interesting conspiracy.
Yeah.
And this is all not to say that aliens aren't real. It's just to say that aliens are probably demons, because they're using portals from hell instead of spacecrafts.
Oh my god. Yeah.
It could be, to be honest. I mean, it kind of logically makes sense to me.
Makes sense to me.
Well, not total logically, but
That's all I gotta say
connects.
on that.
Thanks for sharing.
It's just facts to kind of make you guys think about it from now on. Because if you're like, oh, it'd be so cool to see aliens. No, it wouldn't. No, it would not
be.
It would
It
not.
would not.
It would not be cool.
It wouldn't end well.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I believe in demons and stuff, but I don't know if I believe in aliens, to be honest.
I mean,
That's
why
exactly
not?
what they want you to think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, you're already on the path of being abducted.
Well, that's what we want you to think. That's probably not what they want you to think.
Right. But I'm very religious, and I got Jesus around my necklace.
That's why you haven't been abducted
24/7,
yet.
and I haven't been abducted, and it's dipped in holy water, so I'm good. I'm protected.
Oh my god.
If an alien ever broke into my house, I'm grabbing my holy water and sprinkling it all over me and my kids. Be like, here you go.
She said her and the kids.
Yeah, I'm good.
You don't even believe in anything.
I'm okay.
Your booty hole would be the first one to get probed.
No, this is me.
Yeah, my knee.
Your knee is the first one to be probed. They just wanted to test it.
All right. Yeah.
That
Thank
was
you
it.
for sharing that.
Yeah. I mean, I will probably die on this hill.
That was like a big. That was like more
It's
interesting than
informational.
mine. Yeah. Like I just brought up like, well,
The
some crazy
Illuminati.
Well,
shit.
yours is like kind of like more believable than mine.
Yours is like deep.
Yeah. Like, I would say, like, labels is kind of more of, like, factual. Like,
Yes.
these images and these big-ass horse and the shape of a swastika
Yeah.
are all, like,
You got receipts.
factuals, right?
Yeah.
And then,
I got stories.
yeah, as is more, like, spiritual and, like, connecting ideas to different ideas.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
Type of thing.
let's hear
Telling you,
yours.
I couldn't do the PowerPoint because there's like too many things.
Too many things. Okay, so mine is on the Malaysian flight 370. So, in 2014, Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 disappeared with 239 people on board while flying from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. To this day, no one knows exactly what happens to this flight, and there's a gajillion theories of what happened to it. I watched a documentary about this on Netflix. It's pretty good. You should watch it. It's very interesting. So, less than an hour into the flight, the plane stops communication. It's dead radio silence with air traffic control. But there is a point where the airspace is there's like a what am I trying to say? So they left from Lumpur, right? And then they're going to Beijing. So there's a little tiny space where both airspaces don't exist.
Oh.
Right. So there's no communication between
man's
this.
land.
Yeah, there's like a no man's land, right? And in between that no man's land is where it cut off communication, and it didn't come back on when they were in where's Beijing? China's airspace.
Okay.
That's where it cut off, right? And it just never came back on once they got into China's airspace.
Comment.
Yes.
Have you ever watched the movie The Langoliers?
No.
No.
It's a Stephen King movie. It's
I know
great.
what you're talking about.
It's great, but this concept correlates to that movie because in the movie, an aircraft, a plane, disappears mid-flight and it enters into a new dimension where it's being eaten by these little
oh my God.
balls.
Yeah,
of, like,
I remember
it's
watching this movie. Yeah,
and it's literally like they have to get out of the dimension and then like reappear back in the real world. But it's like that idea kind of like if there's a space where nobody knows where they are, it's like
right
interdimensional travel.
But then my thing with that is like if this is a flight path that has been taken so many times before, what makes this plane so special that it got swooped up into that dimension?
Got to make the date. Got to make the yearly sacrifice. You know.
Yeah, or it could have just been like
I don't know,
wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what if it was like one of those hungry little goblin monsters? Was like bloop, here I am. Oh, here's one. Okay, let's take it.
I'm not gonna. I want to interject one thing.
Sorry.
No,
Have
you're
you
fine.
watched the game where like Jacksepticeye played, Cub Scouts play? It's like where you're like a Google. It's like kind of like a Google Maps.
Yeah,
and then
I've
it
seen
pulls
that.
up the its coordinates or the longitude, latitude for the plane because they're like, what is that? And it's like,
But that's
you can
not real.
It's not real.
No.
Oh, okay.
Because so in that game, they found a plane in the forest, and this plane was flying over the ocean at the time.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, do we know that if it landed in a forest, it could have been? But okay. So, anyways, let's keep going.
continue.
So, so it lost connection in between that dead space. But what happened is that it changed directions, right? So, like, let's say Lumpur is down here and Beijing is up here. Like, it's a direct line. It flew for an hour, hit that no man's land, and turned left and started banking to the left, I believe. I think it's to the left, right?
Like failed.
Like, it just started banking left.
Okay.
Right? And if it was on autopilot, it wouldn't have banked, right? Mm-hmm. This is me speaking. I believe that if it was on autopilot, it wouldn't have banked left. So the pilot had to maneuver the plane to start heading left. Okay? And so the conspiracy theories are a hijacking, right? Somebody took over the plane, banked it left. Another one is the pilot did it, right? Like I said, if it was on autopilot, it would have continued its straight traction to Beijing. Something had to manually turn it to bank to the opposite direction. A military accident, I think in the documentary, they were saying that while they were flying, there was a military plane above it who was doing radar testing or frequency testing. And one of the theories is like the military plane that was above it, like messed up their communications, messed up their signals or something, and then it crashed because of the military frequency disruption, whatever. Mm-hmm. I can't remember the exact thing. Another one is aliens. Demons, aka demons, and maybe now different dimensions. But they never found it. The documentary goes so much more in depth than what I can remember. I watched it a long time ago, but I remember that they never found the plane. They never found even parts of the plane, even pieces of the plane. They never found. There was one lady who looked like on Google Maps and thought she had found pieces of the plane, like the wing and stuff, at like the bottom of the ocean. You can kind of, I don't know how she did it or something, but there was pieces right by kind of Lumpur of where their trajectory would have been, and she's like, oh, there's pieces of it here, but they went out and they searched it and they didn't find anything. And then there's another theory that some pieces of the plane were washing up on this island. I can't remember the name of the island, and that this one guy has found the most debris of anyone. This random guy went to this island, I can't remember the name, and he found like 20 pieces of debris. However, the government of Lumpur and Beijing have never found anything on their own. Some random guy has found pieces of it, supposedly.
It was just like normal people on this flight, right?
Yeah. But they did an investigation in the pilot. I guess the pilot was like depressed. What they made it out to be was that the pilot was depressed and that he, for lack of better words, wanted to unalive like himself, and he took the plane with him. but all his family says like he was fine.
I remember that. Yeah,
remember me watching it?
Yeah, I do remember that.
And all his family was like, no,
he was a good person.
He's fine. He's a good person. You know, he never had anything wrong in his flight history. His mental health was stable. All of these different things, but still to this day they cannot find the plane or even pieces of the plane.
I'm just concerned. Nobody found a body. Like no bodies washed up.
No bodies
anywhere?
washed up. The pieces that the random person found, I think I can't remember. It's been so long since I watched the documentary. I think it wasn't like conclusive that they could say that this is a piece from that plane.
Yeah. Okay.
It could have been like just anything or from anywhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, how do they know that those came from that plane?
And I was also watching the documentary. Like I said, I might not be explaining it as clear as I hope to, but so like I said, they were on a clear path, right? And then they hit the no man land of communication. They banked to the left, and once they banked to the left, you could either go north or south. It was like they kind of tracked, like the plane would have went up to north or down to the south, but they thought it went down south, so they searched that area, but they never searched north. If the plane banked, so it went left, and then it could have went up or down, like bloop, up, down, right? But they still have never found it to this day, and they don't know what happened to it.
I think the idea of it being a hijack is pretty good, because what if, so like in that moment of time where they couldn't be tracked, they like broke the tracking system. I'm not sure how planes work, sorry, but they like changed that system so they can't be tracked. And then like there's a small island that no one knows about nearby where they landed the plane, killed everyone on it. But why? Yeah. What was on that plane that they wanted?
I don't know. And then I just remembered also in the documentary, something with their communication was off too. Like, you know how they hit radio silence and everything turned off? They did this to make that happen. You have to go in the what is it called? In the floor down to the electronics room and physically turn off the communications. And they're like, who like somebody had to have done it. Why would they do it? What are you doing over there, Mr. Typey?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I interfering with you?
You're not even listening.
I am listening, actually. But yeah, sorry. Continue.
But yeah.
Are you talking about the black box?
No.
What happened to the black box then?
I don't think they ever found it.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, they haven't even. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, it's been a long time since I watched the documentary. From my recollection, they haven't found anything from this plane at all. No bodies, no pieces, no black box, no nothing. And the way that they figured out that the plane like banked to the left and either went up or down was not from the black box. It was like a analysis of something or other, and it was like the third party communication. Maybe it was from the black box. I don't know. But I know that it was all like based off of not facts.
How is there I get it because you're traveling internationally, but how is there a spot in air travel where you're not tracked by any government?
Yeah,
that
it doesn't make sense to me.
Absurd to me.
You would think that they would just be like, here I'm in America and here I'm in, I don't know, Japan, and it's like bloop, you just swoop into the other one. But I guess there's like a little tiny space where, and it was a minute. I think it only lasted a minute, and they're like, okay, you can hear the radio from the pilot communicating. He's like, I'm approaching China airspace, and I'm going to switch over to their tower and have a good night, right?
Oh, yeah, I remember that part.
And then he just never did. It was like a minute, and it was a minute to where they would be offline, and then it just never went back onto China, and China couldn't find them.
That's crazy.
And you know, like the radar thing, that's what I was saying. Somebody had to go down in the floor and turn it off, because if I remember correctly, China couldn't even see the plane on the radar. It just bloop. It just disappeared. They couldn't track it any way.
So, so when they were changing international airspace, they would just they should just automatically pop up on China's radars?
You should see like Lumpur, and bloop, here's the plane in China airspace. And you should be able to track it once it pops up onto China airspace. But it never came on China's airspace. It left Lumpur and disappeared.
Interdimensional space travel.
It could have been like, what if it was like black hole, bloop, bye.
I don't know. It's just things
Watch
just
the
don't
documentary.
things just don't disappear though.
Yeah. Watch the
Although our
documentary.
forks are magically getting taken. I don't know what's going on with that.
We have like 4 forks right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah.
But yeah, so watch the documentary. The documentary goes into so much detail, and I think it's like a 3-part episode, and I was glued. Like the first one, I watched it all in one night, and I was like,
When
this
you
is
watch,
ridiculous.
that's how you are with every
That's true.
freaking...
But it's so weird, you know? Like, where did it go?
It's very interesting.
I just think it's crazy that there's like a part of airspace that is just uncharted, untrackable.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I guess pieces of the plane were found years later on that island, but they didn't explain what caused the plane to crash.
So
Okay.
it did crash.
So it must have if the plane.
Yeah, if they're finding parts.
Yeah, if they're
then
finding
So it
parts of
crashed,
it.
but nobody has ever been recovered. Like
No.
no bodies.
No.
I think that's crazy because even I don't think that their bodies wouldn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean floor unless they couldn't get out of the plane. Then
Yeah.
they'd be trapped, and then planes float too, kind of, right?
No. Only for a few minutes.
Pieces of the plane float. Sorry, not
Pieces
the whole
of-
body.
Yeah.
Not the whole body.
Right. And a body.
The way you said it sounded funny.
Yeah.
Planes float too, right?
Like a body will float up to maybe a little while. It's not going to float forever because once your natural gases and everything leaves your body, you're going to wind up sinking. But what makes you float is like all your natural gases are
You gotta
rising.
think, like, there's got to be some animals out there just
Maybe
snacking
a
on
shark
some
ate
bodies.
them. Maybe Cthulhu ate them. Maybe Cthulhu got them and they popped out of the ocean and was
And-
like, give me my plane.
Yeah, and took them to Atlantis where they have the
book.
The book. Yep.
They do.
Like, yeah, they do. They do both. Because I asked,
They
do they
do
float
both.
or sink? And this says they do both. They will float initially, sink to the bottom, resurface to then sink one more time.
Interesting.
So it's like a...
Why didn't we ever find any planes that came back up top though?
Who knows?
You said planes?
Oh, what did you vote? Or this
Bodies.
is bodies? Oh,
This is bodies.
No, I thought you said planes.
No, bodies.
Yeah, but they'll come back up because of natural gases
Yeah,
in
and
your
then they'll
body,
sink.
and then they'll sink back
Yeah.
down. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we'll never know where those bodies went.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna
And because it was over, like, the ocean,
7, 8,
there's no
3,
way that we could
70.
check deep enough to probably
Yeah,
find
because
them.
it could just be gone.
And it's been 10
Yeah.
years.
It's
So
been a
they're-
long time.
They're probably decomposed to the point
Oh,
of
see, here's like a
non-existence.
so. I'm trying to find the map. Oh, here's a better one. So right, Malaysia, Lumpur is here, right? And China, it doesn't show China, but China's like, so here's the Philippines. China would be like up here somewhere, right? So they're on this trajectory going this way up to China. But then once they hit that no man land, it banked to the left. And they said that it came down. That's what I was saying, right? It came left and went downwards, or they could have gone upwards. But you see, like, okay, Lumpur, China's over here, but it was found all the way over here to the left. Or that's where they think it is.
Why do they think that's where it landed?
I can't remember exactly.
Sounds like a lot of speculations.
Well, I mean, they don't know. So all you can do is speculate.
Let's see. Let me ask. Let me Google it real quick. Because I know that it was based off of some sort of analysis. What is it? 370. So the Malaysian air flight involved cutting-edge technology and international efforts, but finding its likely location was a long and complicated process. Okay, so satellite data. After the plane disappeared, investigators turned to Inmarsat, a satellite company. Although MH370's communication systems were turned off, the plane continued to send hourly handshake. So pings. It was pinging a satellite.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. By analyzing the time it took for the pings to travel between the plane and the satellite, investigators calculated 2 possible flight paths, one heading north to Central Asia and another one south to the Indian Ocean. And then Inmarsat used a new technology involving Doppler shift, changes in frequencies caused by the plane's movement relative to the satellite to conclude that the plane most likely headed south into the remote part of the Indian Ocean. Years later, debris of the flight began washing up upon the shore in Africa and nearby islands. So a part of the wing was found, and then additional pieces confirmed to be MH370s was found along the coast of Mozambique, Tanzania, and Madagascar. These discoveries confirmed that the plane likely crashed in the South Indian Ocean.
Okay, so it probably crashed.
Yeah. Multiple underwater searches efforts were using advanced sonar and submarines to scale the ocean floor. The large search covered over 120,000 square kilometers of seabed, while it didn't locate the man wreck.
I have a question. Okay, I get we're talking about the plane and like it disappeared, but what are some of the conspiracy theories?
So some of the conspiracy theories is that it was a hijacking, right?
Okay.
The pilot wanted to like unalive himself and took the whole plane with him. A military accident. So let me...
Like she said, they disrupted their like radar system or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think in the documentary, again, this might not be 100% accurate because I should have watched it again. So when the plane was flying, there's speculation that a military plane was above it, doing like testing on sonar and like whatever,
Okay.
doing testing on whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that one, it disrupted the communication and sonar and communication, whatever, of the plane itself, and that caused it to veer off and to crash, right? Or there's another speculation that military plane shot it down. I don't know why.
Okay.
They mistake it for something else. Maybe the military thought that they had the airspace all to themselves and they shot it down by accident. But military, it doesn't say what country of military, we can't say it was the United States. We can't say China, whatever, or that it was aliens.
Yeah.
I think my biggest question is just like, how did it change flights? Besides, like, obviously, like, the pilot or whatever, but it's just, like, so absurd that it just changed flight patterns so randomly.
Yeah, so the black box was never found.
That's just crazy to me. That's the whole point of it, right? To be found.
Yeah.
And did you see the map, babe?
It should float, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to last a long time to be found.
Yeah.
Like the battery on it or something.
Did you see the map that I showed Az? Okay, so here's a better map. See, it took off here in Malaysia, in Lumpur, and it was going upwards to China. So China would be up here, right? So it went, and as soon as it hit here, it banked left, came this way, and then went down to the Indian Ocean. Oh, here's a better one. So
why would it do
up,
that route?
Yeah, it went up, left, and then down.
And that's a sharp turn. It's not like people wouldn't, like,
That's
you
what
would
I'm
know.
saying, right? So it couldn't have been autopilot. Autopilot would stick you on your route. It had to have been the pilot or the co-pilot that made it turn twice. It had to turn once left and then turn once again going down to the ocean.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Isn't that weird?
Very weird. Very astounding stories.
With 213 people on board.
They're coming.
They come
They
in to
heard us
get you,
talking about
Yami.
They know. They know
heard
about the
me.
conspiracies.
And then what was it last week that we were talking about the feds and we were talking about murders.
Oh yeah,
They're coming to get me.
We're just on a
we're on
rampage. Government stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is my conspiracy theory. It's not really. I guess it's not really a conspiracy theory.
It's more of like an interesting story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
no, that's good. I like that.
It was. A lot of people believe it was the pilot or the military.
No, these are some good stories. Yeah. I have like a lot of stories that I want to talk about, but I guess eventually we'll get to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like personal stories or?
No, there's like a lot of interesting things I was reading up on. Not just like conspiracy
Like how to make
theories.
cheese.
Yeah, dude, I watched a whole documentary. I watched like a 3-hour documentary on different types of cheeses. There was so many
3 hours.
Yeah, and it was this Italian lady who just spoke many different languages and just went to different places and learned how to make cheese from all these places. And I was like, I really don't. That would mess up my stomach, but I really want to try it all. Yeah, I have a lot in store
Yeah.
up here.
In your noggin.
Look
You
out
should
for
just
an
start making
episode
a
of just
list
random stories
of
from
cheese.
Label.
Cheese, yeah.
a cheese
you don't know.
episode.
But yeah, awesome stories, guys.
Yeah.
Mine was kind of, there's some crazy stuff going on in Denver Airport. Yours is like, where'd this plane go? And then we got this lady over here like,
Demons.
aliens and demons. Awesome.
Yeah, you guys have like two very real life stuff, and I'm just like, demons,
Damn.
aliens, there's
Aliens.
connections.
10
I
centimeter
need
spaceships.
to need a picture of that one guy with the crazy hair.
Oh, no. In the numbers
Yeah.
going around their head. Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. If you guys have any conspiracy theories that you think we should listen to or look
Yeah.
into,
Or just anything.
Sean was really big on I should look into QAnon, but I looked into it and it's like massive. Like it would take so much time to just like even
Break it
come up with
down.
stuff with. Yeah, it was crazy. It's like it has to do with like a left wing resistant like group who like believe Donald Trump did like a lot of stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It
Yeah.
was deep.
That might
Yeah.
not be super appropriate. either.
Yeah, that's
For
why
us,
I
yeah.
also probably didn't do that.
That's not us.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Look into it though if you guys have time. It's a lot.
But yeah.
Thank you for listening to us. As
Yeah.
always, this has been
Yes.
Co-op Chronicles with
Co-op.
PintsizedGeisha,
Her,
Blacklabel,
me,
and me, Azzilee.
her.
Her. Bye.
Bye. Sorry, I didn't mean to take your bye.
You took my bye-bye.
Go ahead.
Bye.
No. You still have the mics.
We gather round the mic, tales of knights and dice, gaming worlds collide, hobbies come alive. Azzilee and Geisha chat, Black Label's where it's at. Movies and stories told, secrets to unfold. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides. Co-op Chronicles, hear the stories, feel the vibes. Lo-fi beats, they flow as we share what we know. D&D and game and talk, every journey we embark. Laughs and fun, now that's the plan. In our little podcast clan, women